So the next thing I want you to think about is creativity in movement. And really two different things I want you to think about here. One would be horizontal movement versus always thinking playing vertically. When you play vertically, you tend to get all of that stuff happening, which again can be wonderful. But if you think more horizontally, it forces you, think if you were just going to play on one string, for instance. You wouldn't be able to play this scale idea if you were just using your second string or your first string or something like that. So a nice thing for you to practice is just picking a string and trying to create some movement, some soloing. What's the word I'm looking for here? Just some soloing variants, if you will, with this horizontal movement. So again, if I have this G chord being played, and I go, it's going to sound different. And of course, what's nice about this too is I can use all of this sliding stuff. Okay, so I'll slide back and forth, or you could use hammer-ons. And then I use that as well in the context of my regular playing. So if you think about my G major scale sitting right there, and I've got this intervallic movement going on, and I've got these arpeggios sitting here, well, I can go back and forth between all of that horizontally using slides or hammer-ons or different things like that. One thing I love to do is to play a note and then slide to it. So let's say, for instance, I was going to play the 8th fret of the 2nd string, which is a G, okay? So I'm going to play this note, but instead of just playing it, I'm going to slide from the 7th fret up to the 8th fret as well. So it reiterates the G with that slide. And sometimes I'll slide back. And sometimes I'll slide over to create intervals or distances, right? Instead of just going, for instance, 5-7-5, maybe I'm going to go 5-7-4 and then move into that arpeggio. Okay, and then of course I've got bending and all these other great things that you can add in. So this discussion obviously only introduces you to different concepts. You're still going to have to study them, right? You're going to have to be introduced to them, which is what I'm trying to do right now. You're going to have to study them, practice them, memorize them, and then ultimately apply them in whatever way you see fit, whether you like to play slow or fast or pentatonic or diatonic, whatever it is that you like. But the trick is you need to break out of just... If you like that and you like the way you play, then there's nothing to worry about. But if you wish you did it a little bit differently, then that's where you start thinking, okay, well, maybe what I'll do is, instead of, I can see the scale, but instead of just playing it, I'm going to think about playing more intervallically. Again, what I mean by that is just jumping over things to create larger distances. Now I'm playing A minor pentatonic here. The other thing would be the arpeggio. Now I've got an A minor chord sitting right there, so I could emphasize any of those notes or play an intervallic idea by going through it, and then follow that with some sort of intervallic movement. And then, of course, I've got the creative movement idea of being able to, you know, play more horizontally. And then add in the subtle elements like bending or vibrato or hammer-ons or pull-offs or whatever it is that you might like. So hopefully that helps you a little bit in thinking a little bit more outside the box of just playing a scale. And let me know how it goes for you. You know, make a comment and let me know if that helps you a little bit. And certainly share if you find this useful. Share it with somebody else, and we'll see if we can't make their guitar playing a little more successful for themselves and make them feel a little bit better. So take care, stay positive, and I'll talk to you soon.